Morning everybody, FSC Trucking. We are at the Quick Trip over by Kenosha, Wisconsin. Got my orange juice, got my egg cups, and we got a sandwich for later. Got a busy day today. Let's get started. Leaving the Quick Trip in Kenosha, Wisconsin. When you come into Wisconsin on 94, it's exit 340. I don't know what's near here. There's a lot of bobtails here. It's good to see the Quick Trip finally decided to do away with all their traffic cones and let guys park and sleep, because I get it, you don't want to block stuff up like, you know, the fuel pumps. You don't want to block up your fuel drops like this over here to the right. I get it, but all at the same time, guys got to park. So they used to have a traffic cone fetish around here. It was much worse. Glad he finally figured it out. Past couple days, we've been running for Crystal Miller, Miller Transport. Been hauling her freight. That brings up a bunch of questions with me, because I've been seeing a lot of questions. Well, hey, I thought you had your own authority. Well, I do, but I'm still on with Whittemire right now, which is a real pain in the neck, but I'm grateful to him for letting me do what I've been doing. So we'll get underway here and I'll explain the whole thing with the authority and why I've been doing what I've been doing and all of this madness. So I feel there's a need to recap as to what's been happening and why, because not everybody watches every single video. So a while back, this all started when I dropped off Crystal Miller. I dropped off her frame rails when I brought home my frame rails for Lazarus, my 1983 Ford CL9000 Cabover. When we later on had engine issues with Orwell and found the block was cracked, we pulled the engine, pulled the transmission, and sent the block out to be repaired. It has since been repaired. The engine block is ready for building, good to go. But Orwell's frame was compromised, and the more we opened up and looked underneath the fifth wheel plate and so on, the more damage we found to the frame. So I decided it was best to replace the frame. But then the question was what to do. And the one I knew the most, that I just recently met, was Crystal. Coordinated that with her a little bit, and I was asking her questions about Orwell's frame and what could be and what should be. She then laid it on me, why not stretch out Orwell long enough to put a fourth axle in it, add a 20,000 pound pusher axle, and then haul heavy loads with her, or for her I should say. I'm like, really? I'm like, I was just looking for advice on a frame. You just offered me a whole different job. How's this gonna work? talked about it later on that day, and she said, well, get your own authority, I'll broker loads out to you. And I'm like, wait, what? Okay. Now, meanwhile, Timmy Gentry, obviously a good friend of mine, he's been busting my chops for quite a long time, at least 3 years, to get my own authority. And I was always sluggish with it. And the reason for that was, it had nothing to do with not trusting or trusting anybody. It had to do with, is there enough business from one person dedicated to where I don't have to deal with a lot of brokers, where I don't have to live on the spot market, so to speak. Would I be able to get, you know, loads brokered to me from Whitmire like I do, you know, now, basically? Would I be able to, you know, where would I get loads from? I wanted a little bit more, that way I didn't have to deal with like factoring companies and losing 5 or 3% off each load to get paid quicker. That's what a factoring company does. They'll pay you quicker, but they take a piece of it. And on some stuff, the margin is so small, why would you give up 3 to 5%? That's where your profit might literally only be in certain loads. So I'm like, I don't like that idea. So when Crystal offered me that, I now had Crystal willing to broker me loads directly from her trucking company. I had Timmy willing to do the same thing. I had Whitmire willing to do the same thing. And I'm just one guy with one operational truck right now. That doesn't seem like that bad of an idea. So we went ahead and done it. So early May, me, Crystal, and Jen sat down in Crystal's office and we opened up my own authority. But that process for you to get issued a DOT number and an MC number, get everything set up in the system with the FMCSA, and for that to be active takes, they say 21 days. Well, that's 21 business days. That's basically just under like 30 regular days for most people. Okay, well, there's one last thing waiting for your IFTA and your base plate. In Wisconsin, you have to open a Whiskers account. It's WIS, Wisconsin, and it's CRS, WIS, CRS. I don't know what CRS stands for. If I look it up, here. If not, you can look it up. That, once you start, is another 21, 30, whatever days after the initial 21 to 30 days. So you could be up to 60 days out waiting for your Whiskers account to get a base plate and your IFTA stickers. Meanwhile, your truck has been insured for a month and a half through your own authority, and you're shelling out a boat ton of money to insure your truck while you can't use your truck because the state of Wisconsin's taking forever to get your Whiskers account set up. That's where I'm at right now. When I spoke to Madison a couple days ago, Madison, Wisconsin, they told me still it's assigned a processing agent and will get a hold of me when it's done. Okay? How long? Weeks? Days? Months? The answer to me was probably at this point days, not weeks. So in the meantime, everything is still good with Whitmire Express. So I've been running loads for Timmy, I've been running loads for Crystal, I've been running loads for Whitmire. All under the Whitmire flag. I've got my new door signs made. They're sitting on my toolbox. I just have to take these old ones off and put my new door signs on with my new active DOT number. I'm still waiting on IFTA, waiting on a base plate. So that's what we've been doing. In the meantime, Crystal has been keeping me very busy, and Timmy has been keeping me very busy. So we're doing, I feel we're doing better now than we were. I just been a lot busier because now I have not one but 3 direct customers to work for. What's going on up here? Oh, we broke his ball joiner. Front end come apart. Man, that's a rough spot right there. So currently I'm pulling Crystal's Curtainside flatbed. A lot of people call them Conestoga, but the Conestogas to me have that round arch on the top that you just shove it's a, you know, with a side kit flatbed, right? This is the Curtainside. You undo it, you roll it forward, roll it back. So that's what we're doing right now. Now once we unload the stuff that we got right now, we're gonna go to my shop real quick, and then we're gonna drop Crystal's trailer there, and we're gonna hook onto my RGN, and then we're gonna go load up a striker for Waxahachie, Texas, and then come back home. At which point I got a service black dog. I got a bunch of stuff I want to try to get done at the shop, and then over the weekend we'll roll out and go to Texas. Possibly Jen will come with me on that run. I'm not really sure, but there's been a lot of changes going on, and I felt like I needed to kind of address some of it because, well, you guys are asking a lot of questions, and I've been unable to answer each and everything, but I still am with Widmeyer Express temporarily, and we're running Crystal's Freight, and we're running Widmeyer Freight, and we're running Timmy Gentry Freight. So we're quite busy. Video-wise, things have slowed down dramatically, and there's really nothing I can do about that. You're just gonna have to accept that it has happened. There's a lot of issues that came up that I am currently dealing with, and sadly that has made the video slow down. They haven't stopped, they just slowed down. I'm doing the best I can with the situation that it is. There's a lot of things that happened that were completely unplanned, but we make the best of it. Listen, it's real simple. I'm not the type to just give up. If I decided to close up the channel and walk away, it's gonna be on my terms. It's gonna be because I decided I don't want to do it. My success or failure in life has always been dictated on me. I might have help here and there, I might not. I might have help offered, and then I might have help pulled away. And that's okay. Because if that happens, it was always my responsibility to handle it. And if I needed the help and couldn't handle it, that's not anybody else's fault but my own. But all the planning that I've done has still helped. We're still moving forward, and I'm still moving forward in what I've always planned on here. I'm still moving forward. I'm still planning to grow, and I think we are growing, believe it or not. It might not look it right now from the outside looking in, but you're not on the inside looking out. So we are growing. It's just we're changing things first, but growth is inevitable. Trouble is, it slows down the channel. But without the trucking company, the channel disappears and withers away to nothing. So I'm bringing you along as best as I can in the process of how we grow this, what we do, why we're doing it. We'll get into that. We will get into that. So now we're on our way to go get this striker. I grabbed my RGN, left Crystal's trailer behind at my shop. We're just gonna go to Nina, load it, and come right back here, drop off the RGN, and get started working on stuff. I was planning on go ahead and servicing Crystal's trailer. Like I said, that one jack screw got bent on the A-frame that keeps the tarp tight. So we're gonna heat it and beat it reasonably straight, and then probably tomorrow or tonight I gotta find a part number for that thing and get it on order. So I'll just replace that jack screw. It's just one of them things, you're pulling other people's stuff and you don't want to see stuff get messed up. So I'll go ahead and service the trailer too. I know she's really busy with everything else, you know. I mean, she's dispatching all her trucks and then driving her own trucks. She works on her own stuff, same as I do. So, you know, any load I can take off a friend is good. So that's the idea anyway. I'm just gonna do it. I'll say it afterwards. I mean, she's been really helpful. Been really good keeping me busy. I mean, she's making money off of me, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's part of the deal, it's business. But we're doing good. Why would I complain? I just feel it's important to further nurture and maintain a friendly business relationship, which has so far just been nothing but awesome. So I've been nothing but busy since we started moving again. So I kind of feel like, all right, it's not really a big deal to service a trailer. I'll just go ahead and get that done. I got to service mine too. I just didn't have the time to do it before we left. So we'll service it. We'll service mine outside on the apron, and it'll be ready to roll. I mean, it probably is ready to roll now. I mean, I checked the tires and lights and whatnot before I left, but I really should service the truck. I really should get under there and grease it too. So we'll grease it before we get rolling. It sounds dumb, but a grease gun is the ultimate inspection tool, because when you're underneath your truck and your trailer greasing it, you're noticing absolutely everything, and that's important. So, you know, you got to catch the crap that happens as quick as you can. So now my trailer, it's a little bit more problematic to service because you got to back it up on the ramps, which is a royal pest. But it is what it is. You know, I don't have a pit, so back it up on the ramps, get up underneath it, grease it, adjust your brakes, check your linings, you know, check everything, and you'll know something. But today's Thursday. This wrecker's supposed to deliver on Monday. Monday's the cutoff. I guess I could have, if I got there early enough, I could have loaded it early this morning and then turned and burned and kicked it off Friday afternoon, which would be tomorrow afternoon, but it's already Thursday afternoon, well, Thursday about noon, so it's not going to happen. And depending on how tall it is, depends on whether we can run at night in some states, because Illinois, you can't run at night, but Missouri, you can. Arkansas, you cannot, but Texas, you can, but you have to be under 14 feet. We've had that in videos past where one truck was 14'4", and that you can't run at night because the bridges get lower, because 14'4" will absolutely hit a bridge at night, but won't hit a bridge in the daytime. 14 and under can run at night. So clearly the bridges must sag at night. Otherwise 14'4" would clear at night just like it does in the daytime, right? One would think. Also, earlier today, actually yesterday, yesterday, Jen picked up our all new merch line we got. We got the Black Dog shirts and ladies tank tops as well. We also have Save the White Cat, which is based on Orwell's white 3406B Caterpillar. So Save the White Cat in men's shirts, ladies tanks are available, FSCtrucking.com. Also Black Dog shirts and ladies tanks available, FSCtrucking.com. And check them out. Alrighty, we're good to go. Strap down, wide load flags all over everything, measured. We're 14 tall, so we're good to go there. We're gonna go home. We're gonna weigh it first, get a permit. This is one of those half electric ones. It's like 51,000 pounds. So we'll see what we gross. It's gonna be heavy. first things first, I'm gonna get ahead and service the trailer and get up underneath there, adjust the brakes, grease everything, and then I'll show you what happened with this thing. It works, but there's a rod that's bent. We got to straighten it, and if I can't get it perfect, I'm gonna order a new one. I'm probably just gonna order a new one anyway, but I have to figure out. So I guess Fast Track makes the setup. I gotta look into that, but yeah, I'll show you in a minute. So we're gonna head and let me tell you something. This is the one thing that stinks about doing this by yourself. The last time I was in here, I had to work on Black Dog real quick out. Prior to that, me and Jen were thrashing on Orwell, getting them frame rails put in there. So there was no time to clean up. So hopefully tomorrow towards morning, I actually can straighten this place up a little bit before I get ahead and start working on Black Dog. I'm not really 100% how I'm gonna do all of this, so, but either way, I don't like the shop the way it is. I'm just gonna say that right now. But it is what it is, gonna work with it as it is. So let's go ahead and get started on this. Now, one of the coolest part of this trailer is the curtain side, because it just eliminates the need to tarp anything, which I absolutely love. I use the heck out of this trailer, and this is one of the nicer ones I've ever used. It rolls real nice, works real easy. There's another one I've used. It's not as nice, but then again, it wasn't maintained as well. Just too many company drivers using it, right? Now I must have opened this thing 100 times this week. But it worked out real nice. But when the guys unloaded, he damaged it, and I didn't know until after I took it out of there. So I guess I'll go ahead and take care of it. So the way it's set up to open is you loosen this jack screw, and it takes the tension off of this. This jack screw is bent. You tighten it up and it pulls this curtain out towards the back, making the walls real tight. It's supposed to turn nice and easy. And as you see, it doesn't. That screw is bent. I don't know how he caught it with that clamp or whatever the heck they call it, the coils out of the trailers. But he caught it. So I'll take that apart and try to fix it, or at least straighten it for now. That just lays over like that. This one, somebody built this pretty cool cam setup on it. Problem is, this handle, when you tighten it and it snaps down, it catches your kneecap. Ask me how I know. That works pretty stifferifically. And then you just roll it back. Yeah, well, this is the part that's bent. We got to figure out how to try to straighten it. So it's bent right here. I don't know how easy it shows on camera. That's where it's bent. Curious on how to straighten that. I guess if I just heat it and push on it, it'd be all right. Like that, right? If I just heat right here and mash it down. Or maybe I just put it in my 50-ton press without heat. Yeah, I bet that'll do it. Yeah, let me see if I can get this apart. If this comes off, then I should be able to just unscrew it out of here and then slide it right out of the bracket, and then I could just mash on it with my press and then straighten it and get it pretty close to, you know, perfect. That's out. All right, here we are with my ye old 50-ton press. This is my K.R. Wilson, built in 1947, literally 50-ton hydraulic press. I think this will give us the best results. That in the middle, like so. Have to raise the table. There we go. Excellent. Center that in there like so. My thinking was put ye old rod right in there. Apply some good old tonnage. Well, not quite close. A little more. I don't go too far and then spring it back the other direction. I think we got her. Perfect? No, but it's close. I know, I'm being a perfectionist now. Let's see how it does. I think we're good. All right, yeah. There we are. Oh, I thought it was gonna wobble the whole way down. Really? There you go. Well, let me tell you, I'm easily entertained. There we go. That's not even close, obviously, but I really want to see how that jack screw turns now. Not perfect, but good enough. Beauteous. That'll work till next time.